Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing our very first question and answer video. Before I get started, I just wanted to remind everybody that our life is by no means perfect and we are not normal. Like, we do not have a normal situation. So please remember when I'm answering your questions that we don't have a normal family, we don't have a normal situation, nothing that we do is the same that your family would do. I'm a 24-year-old single mom to twins. One has a trach and the other one has various health issues, not serious. We live with home nursing, I'm single, and I have very little support. I live on no sleep, and yeah, our life is not normal, and I wish it was normal, and I wish I could, like, have my children home with me all the time, and I wish that we functioned like as a normal functioning family, but that is not the case. So if I answer things that you would do differently at your house, it's because you probably have healthy kids, and even if you don't have healthy kids and you have something wrong with them, you probably has a husband, or don't have a trach, or don't have twins, or I don't know, everybody's family is different. Even if you have the same situation as me, it could be completely different. You could be a completely different person. You could be like more put together, you could be less put together. Like, the child's health condition could be completely different. Like, it all varies, so there's no way that anybody could compare how I need support or how we cope with things the same. So I just wanted to put that out there, so just in case anybody wanted to judge and put negative comments on how I answer these questions. I just wanted to pre-explain that to you. Thank you.
When is the girl's birthday?
The girls were born April 16th, 2011. Hannah was born at 12:53 and Hailey was born at 12:55.
What are Hannah and Hailey's personalities like?
For personalities, I'm going to start with Hailey first because she's more of a stronger personality. She is definitely OCD. Infant Development has picked up on it and other programs like that. She is, I think, a really sweet little girl. Like, she can be gentle, but she is a bully to Hannah because I don't know why. I'm sure it's just a sister thing. She can be mean. I'm not saying she can't be. I think is generally pretty nice and sweet. She's pretty easygoing. She goes down for naps easy. She goes to bed easy. Pretty easygoing in that way. Hannah, I feel like, is really, like, so sweet, like, really gentle. She isn't really gentle when she's, like, climbing on you, wanting to give you hugs, but just because she loves you so much and she just doesn't know how to be, like, slide on you all soft and, like, flowy. She just, like, climbs on you and, like, puts her feet on you. But, like, she's so nice and sweet, and she's always blowing you kisses. Where Hailey is doing that too, but she's saying, like, she's using words, whereas Hannah's always, like, and stuff. So yeah, I think they're both, like, equally sweet. Hannah is definitely, like, more curious still, and definitely, like, looks up to Hailey a lot more, obviously, because even though Hannah's technically older, Hailey is, like, a year more, well, not a year, but, like, more mature than Hannah, so she definitely looks up to Hailey.
Will Hannah ever be able to eat by mouth?
Hannah will be able to eat by mouth. It's just whether she wants to eat by mouth. Like, we need to work on that. She has really bad oral aversion. So what that is it means that she doesn't like anything in her mouth. She actually also has texture aversion. So, like, playing with Play-Doh and getting paint on her fingers and all of that, that makes her want to gag and puke. Same with oral aversion. If you put food in her mouth, she pukes and hates it and cries. So it's a fight. But she one day will be able to eat, hopefully. I shouldn't actually say that. She has to have a swallow study done before they can determine if she can, but I'm hoping and assuming it's going to go well, and I'll be pretty upset if not. But for right now, I'm going to say that she can eat eventually when she wants to, on her own time.
Does Hannah attend feeding therapy, and do you find that helpful?
For therapy for her eating, we were doing it for the first year, and I wasn't really feeling there was very much progress, but I was really overwhelmed, and we were always in the hospital, so I don't think it was really, like, getting done well. We took the summer off because I was getting overwhelmed with all those different appointments, like feeding study, infant development, all of those. We are going to start up again in January, but since we've been off, she has already made great progress on her own, like not pushing her and forcing her. She puts goldfish crackers in her mouth, she melts the chocolate in her mouth, she mimics brushing teeth, she shows a lot more interest in everything, which I think is a great improvement. So it would have probably been better if we would have stuck in the program, but I like that she has wanted to do it all on her own. We haven't been forcing her. This is everything that she's picked up on herself. She likes to pretend to drink. She likes to pick up cookies, put them in her mouth. She does this all on her own. So I think that now she understands more what eating is. So we're not forcing her. So she's going to enjoy it more when we start again in January.
Do you have a live-in nurse any days of the week or full-time day nurse who helps you with your kids? I actually forgot to film this, so I'm just going to quickly say it. I have a night nurse every night between 10 to 7 or 11 to 7 so that I can sleep. I have a day nurse 4 days a week, and 2 of those days I work. That's pretty much all I get for nursing help, and then I have Leah or my mom who can help me if I'm feeling stressed out and need a little bit more support. Obviously, my mom is the only one trained to take care of Hannah, but yeah, that's what I get for nursing hours. Does their dad ever visit the girls?
I try to keep most things about DB. If any of you haven't watched my videos, DB stands for their dad. I'm not going to say his name. It just stands for deadbeat. I like to keep everything about him as short as I can. Like, I like to talk about the court and everything, but he is a person. He deserves his own privacy, even though he is useless. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody going on the internet and saying everything about me, so I'm never going to name him, and I like to keep everything simple, especially because, not really especially, but I also know that people that he knows do watch this, or follow our Facebook, and, like, I'm not out here to bash him, so I don't like to talk about him a lot. Like, I could go off and say horrible things, but, you know, that's just not what I want to focus on. I don't want to focus on everything that he's not and everything that their girls are missing out on, because I really don't think they're missing out on anything. If you guys knew him and our situation, you would understand, but I know that you don't know us, and it always sounds worse to think of girls without their dads, but that's just how our life is. So, does their dad visit them? No, he does not. He has asked for pictures of them twice. Even when Hannah was almost dying in the hospital before she got her trach, I sent him emails, never cared to ask, so no, they don't see him. Would I prevent them from seeing him? No, but I will never be the reason they don't know their dad, so it's completely up to him. We do live 16 hours away, though. I will put that out there. Maybe he would care a little bit more if we lived closer. I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Hannah has serious medical issues, so even if we lived closer, I feel like he wouldn't be able to have a relationship with her anyways, because you have to actually, like, really care to be part of that. And I just don't think that the care would ever be there. And he probably would take Hailey, but then how is that fair? It's going to add on to that jealousy, like, confusing them. I think it would just confuse them more. So, yeah, that's that. Their dad did come to visit them in the hospital when they were first born. The hospital is 14 hours away from where we were living at the time. He came to see them twice, and we didn't break up until they were 6 months old.
Will Hannah always have her trach?
Hannah will not always have a trach. Your lungs grow until you're 9, so before she's 9, she should hopefully have her trach out. There's no ever guarantee, but the rate that she's going, I would say like 3 years maybe, and it'll be out, hopefully.
Whenever you have no night nurse, does Hailey always leave the house? And if so, why?
I live already on lack of sleep. I have a set schedule from when I can sleep, and it's really hard to catch up on sleep. So whenever I don't have a night nurse, I like to have her go to Leah's or my mom's. I could not do any of this without them. I am not saying I'm a super mom. I am not. I am not. I look like that, or that maybe I think that I am, but I know that I am not. I could not do this if I did not have support. Like, I don't really know anybody that could do this without support. It would be a lot easier to do this all by myself if I didn't have another child and it was just me and a special needs child, because then I could sleep whenever I wanted. Like, If I don't have a night nurse, then Hailey wakes up in the middle of the night too, maybe once a night, maybe twice. Sometimes she likes to wake up at 5 a.m. And if I've just been waking up with Hannah all night long and Hannah wants to sleep until 9 a.m., I want to be able to sleep until 9 a.m. with her. So she could wake up at 5, or if we have a day nurse starting at 7 and we didn't have a night nurse, I wouldn't be able to sleep if Hailey was awake because the nurses can't take care of Hailey. So I wouldn't be able to rest even though there's a nurse to take care of Hannah in the morning. So I would be just losing sleep. So that's why Hailey goes to Leah's or my mom's. It really helps, and yeah, I don't know, that's just why. I do feel bad that she has to go out of the house, but, like, for our sanity, like, it's way worse for me to get even more sleep deprived and more stressed out, because the less sleep you have, the more stressed out you are, and it's just the healthiest thing for us is to try to maximize how much rest I can get, because when you have a sick child, there is no time that you get to catch up on sleep. It's not like, say you're married and your husband goes away to camp for a week and you have to have a newborn all by yourself, and then your husband comes home and you can rest. There is no end in my tunnel. There's no, like, oh, only like a month of this. It's years and years. So, yeah, that's why. It's just so that I can keep myself healthy, because, yeah, this is about the girls, and it's what's supposed to be best for the girls, but it's, like, if I'm not healthy, then they're not healthy. So, yeah, that is why Hailey goes away whenever I don't have a night nurse. It's also really rare that I don't have a night nurse. This summer was terrible. We didn't have a lot of nursing, but now we're overstaffed, so we have been, like, not even once a month. Like, people do call in, but usually it gets covered. So, like, yeah, that's a call was in November that I filmed, and like that was the first one since summer, and then yeah, so like hardly ever happens, every couple months, so it's not like it's actually happening really even on a regular basis. Plus Hailey does love to go to my mom's or to Leah's, so yeah, like she's happy there. It's not like I'm sending her to some like stranger's house. She loves it there.
What's the girls' favorite things?
I know a lot of what Hailey's favorite things are because she can tell me. Hannah, it's a little harder to guess what she likes, but Hailey likes, they both really like babies. Hailey really likes, they both have this stuffed animal that they like. One started off as Hailey's, and then my mom got another one for them. So now Hailey has this new one. It's like this little baby doll with a hard plastic face, and they both squeak in their bellies. And then one's yellow with butterfly wings, and the other one is just blue. So they both really like that. For favorite toys, they don't really have like favorite toys. Just like their baby dolls that I was just talking about. I'm looking around trying to think of what they play with. Hailey really likes art stuff. Hannah doesn't really. She kind of likes to draw, not really. TV, I know Hailey's actually doesn't have a favorite show right now. She's like starting liking a bunch of shows, but I know that Hannah like acts like she likes shows when Hailey's around. Like she gets excited just as excited as Hailey does, but then if Hailey's not around, she actually, if I put on a show that Hailey like has been asking and Hannah's been showing interest in, she'll be like, no mom, no, this is not what I want, no. And then I'll like put on a different show and she'll be like all excited. So I know that their taste is different, but Hannah just like, I guess, like, I don't know, she, like, just, like, likes her sister so much, so she's just so easygoing, and she's just like, oh, I'll just go with whatever Hailey likes. So it is really hard to know what Hannah likes. One day she'll learn to show me what she likes better. I am learning. Like, I don't know, I can't even think of, like, toys that they like. They both like balls. They both like to push things. Hannah does not like to paint. Hailey loves to paint. Hailey loves Play-Doh. Hannah has oral texture version, hates it. I don't know. Hannah just likes to watch, I feel like. She is just like observant. I don't know.
This question was, do the girls see their father's family at all for the holidays or just your side? But I'm just going to answer if they see their father's family at all.
As I already said, the girls' dad's family all lives 16 hours away, so they do not see them. They actually don't ever ask about them. They've never asked me how they're doing. They've never put any interest in. I do keep in contact with two of their cousins' moms, but yeah, like I sent them a Christmas card and pictures. Those are the only two people that from their dad's side of the family that I have contact with. But pretty much that the whole family doesn't want anything to do with them. I'm not gonna force them to want them. The girls just don't even need to like think about it in my mind. If they're not going to want them, then I'm not going to remind them of people that don't really want to be a part of their lives. So that's just how it is now. If they ever wanted to come in their lives, I guess I can't really stop them. I wouldn't want to really stop them. It'll definitely be like, we'll cross that bridge when it gets there kind of thing.
Why did Hannah need a trach in the beginning? What are the girls' medical issues?
I actually want to do a whole separate video on why Hannah got her trach and all of their medical needs, because it's just too much to say in this video. But for the short version of why Hannah has a trach is because she was on a ventilator in the mouth for so long that it actually damaged her lungs because she was so sick and needed to be on it. So then she just needed a trach because she needed the ventilator to live, but it also causes damage. So that's why she has a trach, and she probably will grow out of it, as I just previously said in a couple of questions before this. But that's the short version of why she has a trach.
Has Hannah always been bigger than Hailey?
Hailey is actually the bigger one, and yes, she's always been bigger. I never had an ultrasound until 20 weeks, and at 20 weeks is when they realized that I was having twins, and that one was smaller. And yeah, she was already measuring 2 weeks bigger, so she's always been big, but we haven't known since the start. But the reason that one was bigger, or even that they had to be delivered, is because their egg didn't split in half. One was always split smaller, and one was always bigger. Maybe that's more accurate. I don't know. I can't really see. So that's why they had to be delivered. And I know they look nothing alike, but their egg honestly didn't split in half, and that is why Hannah is sick. Well, not fully. That's why they had to be delivered early, and premature complications is why Hannah's sick. But they are my identical twins. No lie.
Can Hannah talk with her passy valve on?
Hannah hates her passy valve now. When she first came home, she liked it and would use it, and then she got her trach upsized, and then air couldn't pass through, and she hated it. And now, even to this day, it seems like air can't pass through, and she just doesn't want it on. So she can talk without even the vent on. It's just really quiet. I hear her, and other people hear her. It just takes a lot more effort for her to talk, but she can do it. She just has to want to.
How do you handle dating while being a single mom?
I don't do a lot of dating, obviously, because it's hard. I don't really want people to meet the girls because they don't have a dad, so they don't need to meet random guys that are in my life. But I had one relationship since the girls came home. Really great guy, didn't live in town, didn't work out. I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot from dating from that relationship with a special needs child, because obviously I've dated, but never like while I had the girls, or like dealing with home nursing. I feel like is the worst part. Not being a single mom, dating with nursing is the worst, because it's like, it's just so awkward. Oh, hey, I'm just hanging out with my boyfriend while you're here. But yeah, that was the worst part. But how do I date? My mom has actually been taking them. This is going to be part of another question, I guess. I'll still get back to that. I have 2 options for where they go if I wanted to go out on a date. So yeah, I don't know. There's not that much time for dating. One good thing that this whole situation has is that it really cuts out the douchebags, because if somebody isn't going to be accepting about my situation, or that I don't have all the time in the world, like, you know right away, so you can just be like, see ya. So that makes it easier, but that's really doesn't actually make it easier. It's still really hard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good experience with dating so far.
Do the girls ever have sleepovers with family or close friends?
The girls actually have just started both going to sleepovers with Grandma's house, and it's been awesome. This is what I was going to say in the dating video. If I ever wanted to go on a date, my mom has been taking them once a week, so I could go on dates. But actually what I usually do is maybe I make a video, or I watch TV, and then I sleep in the morning. That's pretty much all I do on the days that my mom takes them, because I don't really have friends here, and I don't have a life. So I just like to enjoy not having nurses in my house, and yeah, sleep in. Sleeping in is key. But yeah, so I think a lot of people also might judge for them going out of the house once a week, but really, in all reality, if you think about it, if you are a single parent, usually the dad takes them every second weekend at least, or once a month. And if you really think about it, one night a week is like every second weekend. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's actually been really good for Hannah to go on sleepovers. She sleeps in a big girl bed at my mom's house. She sleeps in a queen size bed all by herself. So that has shown me that she's probably ready to get out of the crib. She started walking more at my mom's house. She's just like, I think she's developed me more into a person because our house is so small. My mom's house is way bigger. It's the same thing for her, and it's like, it's already hard enough to get her out of the house, so it's just nice that she can be in a different environment. But so yeah, they have been going out of the house lately, and it's been really good for all of us. But I would also like to add that nobody besides my mom is trained to take care of Hannah, so the only place she can go is to my mom's. Just nurses are trained, and it's really nice when Hannah actually goes to my mom's because, as I said, the nurses also go there, so I have the house to myself. I can sleep without pants on. I can, I don't know, do so much stuff. And it's so nice to be able to turn off the monitors and not hear the sound of the ventilator hissing or be worried about anything, and I can just relax. It actually is the weirdest feeling the first couple times. Like, I was just feeling like so paranoid, like thought I was hearing stuff all the time. But it's definitely really relaxing, and I need it.
Do the girls always get along, or does one get jealous of the other? And does Hailey understand her sister's medical issues?
The girls do get along for the most part. As most twins, I think that they do fight. Hailey does beat on Hannah, like not beat, she bites her and stuff and like scratches her, hits her or whatever, like a normal 2-year-old would. But mostly just when she's tired. If she's tired, like I feel like near nap time, I'll catch her biting and I'm like, okay, it's bedtime, you're going. But usually she's pretty nice to her. Does she understand that she has medical issues? I think she knows something's different with Hannah. She doesn't really understand. Just today in the car, we were driving back and it was dark. I was driving back from picking up Hailey because I worked today. And it was dark by the time I picked her up because I had to go to the bank first. And so Hannah was in the back seat with me. Well, not with me. Hannah was in the back seat with Hailey. And I'm like, Hannah, are you okay? Are you okay back there? Do you need a suction? But Hannah can't talk, so I'm like over talking. Like, Hannah. And then Hailey's like, Hannah, do you need a suction? Hannah needs a suction. So she does understand. I don't really know if she knows that it's like life-threatening or anything like that. I don't know. I think they get jealous, I guess. I haven't really found it to be really bad. It's not like I feel like Hailey, well, I guess kind of is like jealous more so. Hannah's just really easygoing. I don't know. I haven't really found it to be that bad. I think that it will get worse. It will obviously get worse because they get different kind of attention, and I try to make it as equal as possible. But no matter how equal it is, you may think it is, they're not going to think it's equal. Growing up as a child, you never thought it was equal, so it's going to get worse. I know that. But I could hope that their twin bond gets better as they spend more time together because obviously the first year they didn't have a bond. So they need to rebuild their twin bond. Alright, so that's all the questions for now. If you have any more questions, you can leave it in the comments below and on this video, not on the Facebook post, because I won't be able to find this post again probably on Facebook. So please comment below this video on YouTube if you have more questions, and I'll answer it in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and please remember that our life is not normal, and I just cope as best as I can, and I am not perfect.